how did this speedcuber from Hawaii with almost no access to competitions manage to become one of the very best speedcubers in the world? In an era of speedcubing dominated by the big names of Timon Kolashinsky, Max Bark, or even Yiheng Wang, Matty Hiroto Inaba was able to make a name for himself in the world of speedcubing by proving that he deserved to be in the conversation. His inspiring story from beginner to champion comes to show the value of hard work and perseverance. Let's dive deep into the fascinating cubing career of Matty Hiroto Inaba. Matty started speedcubing in 2015 and competed in his first WCA competition in 2016. His first competition was in Japan. As you could maybe guess by his family name, Matty has some Japanese origin, and this is why, whilst on vacation there, he was able to first compete in Japan. At the end of his first year of competing, 2016, his 3x3 PRs were the following: a 10:41 single and a 13.4 second average. Very respectable for a first year competing in 2016. This showed great promise. Matty continued to develop his cubing style around one major concept: intuition. In fact, Matty says that he learned to do the F2L algorithms by himself, playing around with the cube and really understanding how the cube worked and how the pieces related to each other. This is something that later on would help him become incredibly efficient and improve a lot quicker than many of his peers. In 2017, Matty competed 4 times, 1 time in the US and 3 times in Japan. Japan's speedcubing community is not known to organize many WCA competitions, as since the beginning of the 2010s, the community has struggled to have a consistent basis of competitive speedcubers driving the cubing scene in the country. However, these few and far apart competitions in Japan were Matty's only way to actually compete, as living in Hawaii most of the year, he had no other way to compete but to travel long distances. And in 2017, Matty improved significantly and was able to win his first competition, Japan Open 2017, with his personal record average and first ever sub-8 average with an incredible 7.94 second average. Back then, a sub-8 average was an incredible performance, even more so for a young competitor that had only been competing for less than 2 years. In the second round of Japan Open 2017, Matty also got his PR single with an incredible sub-6 single of 5.58. Matty says himself that this single was a turning point in his cubing career, as this was the first time people really started to take note of him, and that Matty himself understood that he had something special. Although nowadays the 3x3 level has skyrocketed and a sub-8 average barely means anything at the top of 3x3 solving, this sub-8 average allowed for young Matty to get noticed in the cubing community. In 2018, Matty continued his hot streak and competed 2 more times than in 2017, but most importantly, he participated in 2 major competitions, Cubing USA Nationals 2018 and the Japan Championships 2018. This was Matty's first opportunity to compete on a big stage and to truly make a name for himself. At Cubing USA Nationals 2018, Matty had a mixed performance. In the first round, he got his 3rd ever sub-9 average, but in the second round, he finished with a 10.05 average, which did not qualify him for the semi-final, ending his competition with a disappointing result. However, it seems he quickly learned from this experience, as at Japan Championships 2018, he was able to perform much better and even win 3x3. He also showed that he started expanding to other events, as at this competition, Matty was also able to podium in 4x4 and 5x5. In 2019, Matty attended the biggest competition of his cubing career yet, the 2019 WCA World Championships in Melbourne, Australia. In the month leading to the competition, Matty had lowered his PR average to 7.28 seconds, and despite his underperformance at US Nats the year prior, Matty was hopeful that he could maybe qualify in one of the 16 spots of the highly coveted 3x3 final. To be amongst the 16 fastest cubers in the world competing for a title of world champion would have been an incredible achievement and would have shown that Matty was most definitely world class. And a young Matty did well, getting a 7.66 second average in the semi-final round of the competition. However, he fell short, only 2 small places away from qualifying in the 3x3 final of the most competitive competition ever up to this point. Still, this semi-final performance confirmed that Matty was an incredible talent, as he beat many big names such as Leo Borromeo, Matt Zvolk, and even some of his American peers such as Lou Garrett or Max Schell. After this encouraging performance, Matty would finish off the year by getting his very first sub-7 average
at the Japan Championships that he also managed to win with a 7.8 second average. However, in 2020, Matty's incredible competition run was forcefully brought to a stop. This was now Matty's time to grind and catch up to the very best in the world, and this is exactly what he did. Despite the lack of official competitions, Matty was still able to compete thanks to online events, notably Cubing at Home, which was the largest online speedcubing competition, which he won a few times. This was a good way for Matty to keep competing against the best of the best and sharpen his skills. However, Cubing at Home wasn't the only online event that helped Matty improve during this period. Matty also competed in the Monkey League, an online head-to-head competition organized by YouTuber Laser Monkey, which brought together the very best of the best in 3x3. In this competition, Matty routinely faced off against the likes of Timon Kolashinsky or Leo Borromeo. This was a catalyst to him improving in 3x3 and sharpening his skills to really become one of the very best. Now, reflecting on this period, Matty explains that it was these head-to-head battles against the likes of Timon Kolashinsky that truly helped him step up his 3x3 game and become the incredible cuber that he is today. And thanks to these two events, Matty's popularity amongst the cubing community grew immensely, thanks to his outgoing personality and always positive, and the iconic memes he created, such as leaving the door wide open in the Monkey League. Matty quickly became one of the most liked top cubers, and coming out of this period, he was set to make an incredible comeback to official competitions. And a comeback he made. As for his second official competition back, Matty was able to get an astonishing 5.68 average, his first sub-6 average, placing him in the top 10 in the world. Then, in 2022, Matty really had his breakout year, as he finished the year with an incredible 5.25 official average and 4.13 single, and he also became the North American champion in 3x3, clearly cementing himself as one of the very best cubers in the world. At this point in time, many people saw Matty as the second best cuber in North America, right behind Max Spark, and it is with this incredible confidence that Matty flew to South Korea to compete in the 2023 WCA World Championships, as now he was coming in as one of the favorites. In the final round of 3x3, Matty managed a sub-6 average. However, this was not enough to podium, as he finished 6th, a slightly disappointing result considering the rounds prior he had always finished within the top 5. However, this final will remain incredibly competitive, and Matty was relatively satisfied of his competition, as he made finals in a number of other events such as 4x4, 5x5 and 6x6, showing that he was also truly becoming one of the best end-by-end solvers in the world. Now in 2024, Matty has really stepped up his competition game, as he has been able to attend way more competitions, giving him more opportunities to truly express all of his talent. He has now broken the sub-4 barrier for single multiple times, but is yet to break this incredible sub-5 barrier for average. Matty has stated that he feels that his big break is coming, and that very soon he will get an incredible round with an incredible average, possibly taking away the North American record from Max Spark that he has held for so long. This remains incredibly exciting, and everyone in the cubing community is eager to keep following Matty's incredible journey, as he is one of the fastest and most liked cubers in the whole community. This was Total Speedcubing Productions. Take care and bye.